Hey everyone, Shebby here and welcome to another new playlist on the channel. This is going to be all about NXT TakeOver. So, if you've not seen already, we've been doing a WrestleMania advent calendar. And today, we're doing a little bit of a NXT TakeOver advent calendar. We're going to start things off moving towards our NXT pay-per-view this Saturday. So first of all, we're going to go with the North American Championship match. We have got the biggest bro in the world, of course, Matt Riddle, taking on the Velveteen Dream. Weird one, this one, to be honest. Not quite sure how I feel about it, to be honest. Not quite sure how I feel about it at all. I don't know. I feel like I would like Velveteen to keep the belt because I feel like he could do with a good championship reign to really prove himself up to the next level. However, I also feel like Velveteen will move up to the main roster if he loses the belt. You always know with this TakeOver before Mania, you always know. I feel like Riddle's probably going to get another year in NXT. He only debuted around about Rumble time, wasn't it? So I think he's got a bit of time yet. But I think Velveteen will move up. My only worry with Velveteen is what they're going to do with him. I mean, I'm worried about Vince, although I feel like this is the sort of character Vince will love and get behind. I don't know why, but I feel like Vince will be all over Velveteen, which would be pretty cool. And I do hope he does get a good time on the main roster. And there are people that Vince is big fans of that do get those sort of runs. And I'm hoping that Velveteen's going to be one of them guys. And if he does lose the belt at TakeOver, it's a win-win for him, really. If he wins the match, he keeps the belt and continues on. If he loses the match, he probably moves up to Raw, probably. Because they do need to freshen up Raw again. I mean, there's a worry about Gargano on Raw because Ciampa's injury. I think Gargano's good enough to have his own run. I think just move Gargano to SmackDown, to be honest. Let him do that. But yeah, Velveteen Dream, the North American champion, making his way to the ring. I feel like, I don't think Riddle's lost a match yet. I think he's won every single match he's been in, so there is a good chance he possibly could. Lose his first match here against Velveteen, or he could. I don't know why I'm good on it. It literally is. I'm sounding like one of those dodgy football commentators that just list the two opportunities. There's literally two ways this match can end, and with a Velveteen win or a Riddle win, I suppose. But yeah, there's a lot riding on this because it's a lot more interesting because it is the one before Mania. So it is always a lot more interesting. Like I say, I think Velveteen, if he loses, moves up to the main roster. And I feel like he's something that Vince would really get behind this character. So I do think Riddle's going to win this, you know. I think NXT, once again, is getting very, very overstacked. Especially with the new signings as well. They need to bring people like Keith Lee and Donovan Dijakovic, whatever his name is now. Bit more into the forefront, and it wouldn't surprise me if we see all of Undisputed Era. See, that's the tricky one. The main event's the one that's tricking me most, because I would have thought both Adam Cole and Gargano would move up to the main roster, but it seems like both of them might end up being stuck on NXT. So one of them is going to end up staying on NXT. However, I just feel like Undisputed Era should move up to the main roster pretty soon. They need a legitimate tag team on the rosters because at the moment the tag team division is just awful. I mean, there's great tag teams around. They just don't seem to be using them very well. So yeah, I'm feeling more. I'm feeling more like this is going to be a Riddle win, to be honest. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Who do you think is going to win this match? So I'm going Riddle to win. And Velveteen to move up to Raw. For me, that seems obvious, but you never know. So Velveteen hands over the belt, and Velveteen was someone who it took. Well, Velveteen on the offset, I must admit, I was not interested in. But as time's gone on, I've really appreciated him, and it's the same with. It's the same with PJ Tovey. PJ Tovey was not a Velveteen fan at all. The character, everything about Velveteen was just not right for PJ Tovey. And then PJ Tovey saw him wrestle a match. I think it was a match against Aleister Black. And I think that's what got PJ Tovey on side all of a sudden. He realised that this guy has got a dodgy character, but on the other side, he does stick out. And he is someone who is mesmerised when he comes in. I think there was a bit, wasn't there? I think it must have been Road Dogg or something like that. I think because Velveteen didn't win Tough Enough, did he? I think he was eliminated quite late on. So Velveteen didn't win. But I seem to recall there was a little segment at Tough Enough when Velveteen was eliminated when... I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Road Dogg. I don't know why. Road Dogg just popped into my head straight away. I might be completely wrong. But he was told that the main part of wrestling is not the in-ring ability, it's the character. And your ability to talk on the mic and hold people's attention that way. And that's something that he holds a lot of. And that's why sometimes we struggle with some of the best wrestlers in the world don't often do as well as you want them to, because their actual character is not good enough. I mean, it wasn't until Daniel Bryan sort of started his yes movement and really built the character up that he was given his push, and that's something we need to remember sometimes. I mean, CM Punk was the same. CM Punk developed his character into something that was so mesmerising that he got his push. Big boots there by Matt Riddle. Dragging Velveteen out and dropping him back first. Yeah, like I say, I'll be surprised if Riddle doesn't win this match, to be honest. The more I think about it, the more I'm sure Riddle's going to win. Just because I feel like Velveteen's going to move up to the main roster. He's been at NXT now for a couple of years. He's done incredibly well. He's finally got his first piece of gold. He's been involved in numerous fantastic matches at NXT TakeOver. So I feel like it might be time for Velveteen to take that step up and allow Matt Riddle to take the reins, I suppose. Velveteen overhand, now spinning Riddle. Captures suplex. A boot in the gut by Velveteen, but Riddle now catches him. Just pushing down the back, and Velveteen's okay. Taking Riddle down. What a nice running knee out of nowhere by Riddle right into the face of Velveteen, and the lights flicker. And the Undisputed Era's music kicks in. Who is this? It is former NXT North American Champion Adam Cole. He was scheduled to try and fight for this championship originally before the Ciampa injury. Now moving on to the main event, but Adam Cole making himself known here in this match. Just wiping out Matt Riddle with a Shining Wizard. It's not very often in this game you actually get a good interference. That was a perfect interference. I like that. Riddle with a big knee strike right in the face of Velveteen Dream. Riddle now wrenching the neck. There's the pin. One. Only a one count. Velveteen there just clotheslines Riddle over the top. And the battle now commences on the outside. Referee up to a 3 count. The battle continues. Velveteen slides at the back of the backdrop. And slides back in the ring out the way. Riddle now with Velveteen up on his shoulders. Drops him neck first across that top rope. It'd be interesting to see how long it is before Riddle's forced to wear shoes. Remember Rusev when he first started NXT? He never used to wear boots until he got a foot injury. So it'd be interesting what happens. Nice deadlift German by Riddle. Riddle now looking for a deadlift. Gut wrench suplex as well. Nice. Riddle taking Velveteen down. Brings him back up to his feet. Riddle with Velveteen up on his shoulders. There's the GTS by Riddle. Velveteen drops and gets caught with a big boot across the face as well. Riddle with a pin. 1, 2. Oh, it's only a 2 count. I was convinced that was going to be enough. Riddle locking in the submission. If Velveteen taps, we've got a brand new North American champion. And Velveteen does tap, we've got a brand new North American champion. And I'm assuming a brand new person on Raw in Matt Riddle. There we go. Adam Cole's interference. Shining Wizard catching Matt Riddle. Don't know why Adam Cole did interfere. I'm sure we'll find out as time goes on. But it wasn't enough for Velveteen to get the win, and Riddle was able to come back and showcase his ability, showcase his resilience. Riddle with the GTS into that boot in the face, but that wasn't enough. Only enough for the 2 count. And the submission was locked in. Matt Riddle lifts high the North American Championship. This is what I think is going to happen in real life. Maybe minus the Adam Cole interference, but this is what I think will happen. I think Matt Riddle will walk away with the North American Championship. And like I said before, Velveteen Dream will move up to the main roster alongside Adam Cole and Undisputed Era. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. We'll be back tomorrow for our next match in the NXT TakeOver Advent Calendar matches of stuff. Aced it. I've been Shabby Gamer. I've said that already, and I. Goodbye.
Bye.